Hey guys, today I have a very special package I'm gonna unbox. I'm not a tech channel, so please don't expect a thorough review. I just love to watch unboxings, which is why I'm doing this video. I want to keep this intro short, so let's just get right into the unboxing. Everything that was included in the box is a laptop, obviously. The MagSafe charging cord. I do like how it's more of a clothy texture. I don't know the word for it, so. And then the charging cube, which I was surprised by because it has two plugins. It's shaped differently than I remember seeing in other videos I've watched, but this is the 35W charging block. And then lastly, the Apple stickers and some other notable sheets of paper that I probably won't read, but I should. Honestly, I don't think I'll be using these stickers. I never really do anyways. So at this point, I'm gonna yap a little bit more about the specs and why I got what I got. I've already put timestamps down below, so if you'd like to skip, go ahead and do so. The setup is gonna be a little later in the video. The specific model I bought is the 13-inch MacBook Air with the M2 chip in the Starlight color. I got the 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 16-core neural engine with 24GB unified memory and 500GB SSD storage. As humans, I feel like we are always trying to get the newer and best item on the market. I know the M3 is Apple's newest chip, however, I was going for the most bang for buck, which meant I wanted a laptop that had good performance but was also still in a good price range. And after watching a bunch of YouTube videos, most of them came to the conclusion that the M2 chip is still very good for what you're paying. I think as humans, we are programmed to always want the newest and best item on the market. However, I had a budget and I just knew I wasn't gonna immediately jump in and get the M3 chip just because it's the newest model. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's always the best, right? And I always hear how Apple innovates backwards. So that's why I really encourage you guys, if you are getting new tech, please do your research. It is really overwhelming and stressful, but trust me, if you do your research, you're gonna be happier with the end product than if you didn't and you just jumped the gun and bought whatever was new on the market. Even though this doesn't have the newest chip, I did make some upgrades to my laptop, and those are, as I mentioned earlier, the 24GB unified memory. I got the 24 gigs because my camera specifically that I record on records 4K videos. I'm not a tech person, but the unified memory to me is like the RAM storage. So the bigger your RAM storage is, the better your computer is going to operate. Upgrading from 8GB to 24GB unified memory was an extra $400, which is insane. So with that single upgrade, my total was about $1,800 after tax and everything, and that was within my budget, so that worked out well for me. Since I am editing videos, I did consider the MacBook Pro, and I really did want that one, but it just didn't work out in my budget. And I did talk to a couple of friends who had the MacBook Air who said it works well for them, so I decided to do the MacBook Air. I haven't had my own laptop since college, and that was 2 years ago now. And actually my last semester of college was when my laptop died, and that was because I went to a party and drank, and then when I came home and I was so stupid, my little fuzzy brain just put the bag on the chair, but the freaking bag had a hole in it. So then, you know, my laptop died, which was also insane that that actually happened. I honestly can't even remember how I graduated without my laptop, because after that, my laptop was unrepairable. Anyway, safe to say I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna ever do that again with this new baby, especially considering the price. Just don't be dumb like me. All right, story time over. Let us go to the next part where I will set up the laptop. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. I don't know what I'm doing. Guys, how do I right click? So apparently you right click by control and tab. Oh my god. Right now I'm trying to get inspo for my background. Finally figured out the background situation. It's really simple right now, but I'm gonna add some widgets. Guys, it has been about how many months now? About 3 months now since I've had my Mac, so I wanted to come and do like a review, how things have been going the past 3 months. As you guys know, I have the MacBook Air M2 chip. I don't remember the exact specifications, but I'm pretty sure I have it in the video. Here she is. She still has that pink chromatic background. For the most part, I've been really enjoying my Mac. Like I already mentioned, I use it mostly for editing videos, but I recently downloaded Roblox on it to play with my little siblings, and I've been obsessed with Dress to Impress. If you know, you know. If you haven't played it before, you need to go play it because it's so fun. Anyways, it's been great as an editing computer, but also as a gaming computer for those simpler games like Roblox. I would never download Minecraft on it just because I think it would crash my MacBook Air. But editing has been so smooth. Only recently I started noticing that my laptop would heat up on the bottom, and I don't know if that's just because before when I would edit I would just leave it on the bed and so I never felt the bottom, but now sometimes when I edit I put it on my lap so I can really feel it overheating, and of course there's no fan. So I do like that it's not loud, but I just worry about if it's even cooling down in there and how that's gonna last in the long run. Battery life is amazing. I took it yesterday with my sister to go to the cafe and we were planning our Japan trip and it hardly went down. We were using it for like 3 hours, and mind you, I hadn't even charged it before, so it was like 3/4 down to halfway, which is really good as compared to other laptops on the market, because if you've ever had a Windows laptop, they usually die within 2 hours, I would say. So I really love that I can just use this the whole day without needing to be charged. Sometimes it can go 2 days. Of course, coming from using Microsoft and now using Mac, it was a lot to get used to. I'm still not 100% used to the system. I know there's a lot of options for customization as well on the MacBook, but I haven't gone far. Like, I'll show you what my screen looks like. I've literally done nothing. I just have a bunch of random photos on my desktop plus Roblox, and then I added the calendar app and the photos album running on the side here because I like to look at my photos. And the calendar is a big thing for me. I always need to be up to date and my calendar keeps me on track. Also, if you're wondering, I use CapCut to edit. It is so smooth on the MacBook. It's so much smoother than when I was using it on my husband's laptop, it's a gaming laptop. But here it's really easy to scroll back and forth. I'm a little worried though because we might lose CapCut with the TikTok ban. It hasn't been confirmed, but they are under the same company, so I might end up buying Final Cut Pro here at some point. One thing that I absolutely adore about having a MacBook now is that I can connect my phone to it at any point if I want to airdrop photos, or like, you know how Apple can now create cutouts in your photos? I like how it can do that, and then I can just airdrop it to my laptop. So convenient, because before obviously I cannot airdrop iPhone stuff to a Windows laptop. It's a good and a bad thing though, because once you're in the Apple ecosystem, there's like zero chance of you ever leaving it because of how convenient it is. The biggest annoyances I have with this laptop is that it only has 2 USB-C connectors. I had a lot of old tech where they were still USB type I think they're called. This kind of came up when we were trying to play Roblox and Dress to Impress. It's hard to control your point of view because you have to use 2 fingers. So I wanted to plug in a mouse, but then all the mouses we have in the house all connect to USB-A. So then I just had to use my 2 finger pads to move my point of view in Roblox, which again is something that's so stupid because obviously I could just buy a new mouse with a USB-C connector. Another thing I forgot to mention that I really love about this laptop is that it connects to basically everything my phone connects to. So my messages, I lose my phone a lot just around the house and then I'll be struggling to find it or I don't want to find it. But then I have my laptop right there, so if I need to text something, I just go on there right away. Everything is interconnected, so I love that about this laptop. Obviously, that's only going to matter if you have an iPhone again, so these are really specific examples. This is going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much if you watched all the way. I highly recommend this laptop if you're thinking about it. I know they released the M4 chip recently. I still am really loving this M2 chip. I think it's amazing for what I'm using it for. I mean, I'm editing all the time on this laptop and it works perfectly fine. It's still speedy. It may overheat a little bit, but I think that's expected of a MacBook Air that has no fans. Yeah, this is your sign. If you've been wanting one really bad, this is your sign to get it. Anyway, I'll see y'all in another one.